Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. Today's conversation is all about the wine. So for everyone who is thinking about all of the holiday parties, all of the Christmas parties, New Year's parties, all of the things that they're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, and you think wine is a great thing to take as a host gift, or you want to take it to enjoy it yourself, but you're not really sure what kind of wine, who to take to what, any of that stuff, I've got the expert on the Zooms with me for you today. Lisa Bell is joining me. She is the owner of LK Wine Tours and Sales. Lisa has done the show with me before. And so, Lisa, I knew that you would be the one that could answer all of my, I say using air quotes, stupid wine questions because I know what I like, but I don't know why I like it. I have so many questions.
Thank you so much for asking me to come on and answer your questions. I always tell people there are no stupid questions, they're all good. So many people just don't know stuff about wine. It is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful hostess gift. And if you don't know what your host prefers, you cannot go wrong with one red and one white. Take two bottles.
That's a good
Yes.
idea.
And you're covered.
Let's start with the very basics then.
Okay.
When we're talking about take one red and take one white, there is some variation in wines. There are reds, there are whites, there are sweets, there are all of these different things. How would someone who isn't that familiar with wine know what all of these different types are?
There's so many different types. That's what makes my job so much fun because I like to talk about the wines that people don't know. It gives me a reason to show off something. I think in our area, we have some really, really wonderful wine shops that are owned by just one person. It's not a chain. And those owners know a lot about what's in their store. They can absolutely put you in the right direction, steer you in the right direction. If you want to play it safe, Chardonnay is still the queen. It's still extremely popular. Cabernet is what we call the king, and that is also very popular. And those two things are well known. If you want to venture out and do something a little different, you can go with some fun Italian wines, an easygoing Sangiovese from Tuscany. That includes all your Chiantis, and they can range from nice, easygoing to a little bigger, more robust red. And they're classy looking. It's a thoughtful gift. It's not just, oh, here's a Cabernet. I got it at the grocery store for you. So I love working with the local wine shops. They do a really good job.
Is it Heidi that has Murphy Beverage, that's the owner at Murphy Beverage?
Yes.
She
Yes.
did the show with Brady and I several months ago, and she spoke exactly to that sort of thing that you can come in and say, look, I'm going to this event or this party and I want to take a bottle of wine, but all I really know about my hosts is that the husband is a steak and potatoes kind of guy. And she is able to figure out what kind of wine would be great to take to somebody that likes to eat steak and potatoes. So you don't
Yes.
necessarily have to know anything about wine if you go somewhere where the person knows about wine.
Absolutely. And I always, always say wine is meant to go with food. And so knowing what your friend likes to eat is half the battle. So a good wine shop owner can certainly pull out a few favorites that would pair up with the food that's being described.
And this is probably not going to come as a shock to anyone who listens to the show on a regular basis, but I am a sweet wine person. I like the sugary sweet spritzers, all of that kind of stuff.
Yes. So everybody that's going to get Janet a Christmas present and it's going to be wine, make sure you get the sweet one. I love something that I import myself from Italy. It's a sparkling red wine, but it's infused with strawberry and it's called Fragolino. It is just divine. It is so delicious.
I will have to try that. Mike Jano is a dear friend of mine, and he had
Yes.
Divine Wines over in
Yes.
Creekside. And so he was really good about knowing, since he knew me, he knew what to recommend. And he'd send me home with a bottle and say, try this. And then if you like it when you come back, I've got other ones that you'll like as well if you like this one. And I found a favorite wine. I talked to Heidi about this. She didn't have any at Murphy Beverage. It's called, at first I couldn't remember the name of it. All I could tell her was what was on the label, but now I remember the name. It's called Voulet. It has a
Oh,
woman
yeah.
playing badminton on the label. It is amazing because it's not syrupy sweet. It's just sweet enough. And I love that wine and I can't find it anywhere.
That has become a staple for people who have been told by their doctor you need to drink a glass of red wine a day, but they don't really like wine. They like that one. I'm not sure that one counts completely because of sugar levels, but it is red wine.
It is, yes, it's not red wine, but it does have red in it when you pour it in the glass.
Yes.
I think sweet wines are great. Dessert wines are great. Prosecco, we're coming into the new year. There's probably going to be a lot of Prosecco that is consumed over the next
Oh
couple of
my
weeks.
gosh. Yeah, Prosecco is quite the favorite. We've dealt with a lot of things this year in the wine business. The tariffs and the exchange rate and all that has put a little more of a price on the wines that we sell from Europe. There are still some lovely Prosecco's. I have a sparkling Gruner Veltliner from Austria. It's just divine. And those are still very affordable. If people shy away a little bit from stuff from Europe, I don't think you have to. There are plenty that are still at a decent price, $20, maybe 22. I think there's a lot there. Champagne, that's a different story. If you love your real champagne, you have to pay for it. And it's
Because
worth it.
champagne only comes from Champagne, France, right? There's a whole story behind that if I'm not mistaken.
It only comes from Champagne, France. They've always been expensive.
That's the whole point.
Exactly.
I
Um,
love that wine is so versatile that you can literally have a glass of wine at a barbecue with a hamburger and some french fries, or you can have it at a fancy dinner, or you can have it. And so I'll dime myself out again here because Andy Gale turned me onto this. In the summer, I will take some Riesling and I love these popsicles that are, I can't remember the name of them now. They come in a green box, but they're fruit and they
okay.
are amazing to drop into my Riesling, glass of Riesling, and let them melt. And it kind of becomes a slushy. I say it's healthy because the popsicle is a fruit popsicle. So it's my health food drink.
I think I might have to try that next year. I got some wines that would be fun with.
You can be fun. I think sometimes wine gets a bad rap because people think you have to be fancy and one finger in the air when you're drinking it. And that's not the case at all.
No, not at all. And people ask me all the time, let's just take Thanksgiving for an example. That's a tough meal to pair with. And you have lots of standard answers, and I'll give the standard ones, and then I'll give some a little off the wall ones that maybe you didn't think about. And then I say, you know what? In the end, drink what you like, because that's what you like.
And the same holds true for Christmas. Some people have a Christmas turkey.
Yes.
Some people have Christmas ham. Some people have lasagna. It runs the gamut. And I agree with you. If you drink what you like, it's not like it's going to taste bad.
Right. When you're talking about Christmas dinner, and it could be a number of different things, getting a red blend that's unoaked, so it's not real heavy. I'm going to say fruit forward, but it's not fruity. But if it doesn't spend time in oak, then it's a little easier to put with a wide variety of food. And there's so many lovely blends, like a Cote de Rhone, just a nice little Cote de Rhone from France. That would be lovely for Christmas. I sell a really nice blend from Spain, and it's the same varietals as a Cote de Rhone. It's Garnacha and Syrah. I'm staring at the bottle right now. I mean, that would be really good with Christmas.
Let's take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about that a little bit more because I am not the person that can swirl the glass and say, I'm tasting notes of almond and chocolate. Can you explain what all that is in the next segment?
Yes.
We are on the Zooms today learning all about wine. Lisa Bell is joining me. She is the owner at LK Wine Tours and Sales. We're going to come back and learn some more in just a couple of minutes.
This Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. He has no idea that's what he's going to do. He only knows that he went to justserve.org and signed up to spend time at a senior center Saturday morning. As he browsed through service opportunities in his own community, he remembered the words of Paul to the Galatians, "By love, serve one another." Little does Henry know that Saturday morning he'll end up speaking to one senior in particular who hasn't seen his family in several weeks and is feeling especially lonely. Henry doesn't know the short time he'll spend with this man will lift his spirits, cheer his heart, and make his life just a little better. Through love and service this Saturday, Henry Mueller will change the world. See the difference you can make. Sign up for service opportunities in your community. Visit justserve.org.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. It is all about the wine today, so we are having a conversation with Lisa Bell. Lisa is the owner of LK Wine Tours and Sales. She's giving me and everyone listening today a bit of an education when it comes to drinking wine, understanding wine, gifting wine. And Lisa, when we went to break, we were talking a little bit about how I see the description and it says notes of chocolate or coffee or all of these things. And I don't know what that means. And I also don't have a palate because I can't taste that when I'm sampling a wine. What do I need to know?
There's a lot of answers to that question. One, the more you taste, you go to the shops and they always have free tastings. The more you taste, you will develop a bit of a palate. And so you taste a wine and you want to smell it first and see what aromas come out. And then usually that opens the door to what flavors you may get. When a wine is from a certain area, you expect certain flavors. I'm going to pick on New Zealand, Sauvignon Blanc. That is a drier white. It has usually a strong sense of citrus and grapefruit. It can get on the lemongrass side. And also there's a fruit that we call it gooseberry, but that is evident as well. And none of those things are added to the wine. It's just when it comes from Marlborough, New Zealand, and it grows there, all the things that contribute to making that little bunch of grapes. You've got soil, you've got sun exposure, you've got drainage, a good harvest, and it's dry for harvest and it didn't get rained on. Like all those things make an intense berry. And the New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, with all of those things that go into making it, tend to throw all of those flavors. And then some are stronger than others. And that's when you have to go and just try some. And then I also tell people, if you find one you like, please take a picture of the label.
I do that exactly.
Yes. It makes all the shop owners' lives so much easier. Don't just walk in and say, I had this white wine last night. I can't remember where it was from, but it was so good. And I'm just using New Zealand because it has very strong characteristics like that. And so I've had people that don't like grapefruit. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me what you think about this wine. And they don't like it because they don't like grapefruit flavors. Or they come in and say, oh, I don't like New Zealand because I don't like grapefruit. And I'm like, well, try this one because it's a little more gooseberry. It's not as strong on the grapefruit and they like it. You just have to try. All of our shops are always hosting great little tastings, especially during the holiday season. You can go to all of them and try things. And in one weekend, you might find some new favorites.
What about storage? Are there certain ways that you should store certain wines?
If you're buying the wine and you are going to keep it for a little while, always laying it down, especially if it has a cork so that the wine is in touch with the cork. and that keeps the cork from drying out. And if a cork dries out, then oxygen will eventually get into that bottle and it'll start to turn. So definitely keeping it on its side is good. Also, temperature is important. People get pretty particular. Well, I need my red wine between 48 and 55 degrees, and my red wine has to be 40 degrees. Just don't let it get hot and don't let it get too cold. Being in a consistent temperature, like a basement, is great because it's kind of consistent.
What about a refrigerator? Because we see everything on House Hunters has wine fridges.
Yes, yeah, the wine fridges are great. If you want to get some wine fridges, there's definitely some different ones. I work with Long Branch Historical House and Farm. They put in 2 little wine fridges so that we keep the reds at one temperature and we make the other one colder for the white wines. And that's great. And then we're ready for our next celebration of something.
Yeah. And you can drink wine without celebrating anything other than, hey, I got out of bed this morning and my feet hit the floor.
Bonus. Yeah.
This time of year, a lot of people are making or enjoying mulled wine. What goes into doing that?
I just picked up a recipe and tried it last night. First of all, a good dry wine and still unoaked. So it does not have to be an expensive red wine. And I have a lovely Italian that is just a blend from Sardinia. It has decent tannins because the skins throw the tannins. The skins are strong. And if you heat up one bottle, I just did this the other night. You heat up one bottle, don't get it to boiling, just put it on medium, let it heat kind of slow. Throw in some cinnamon sticks, some cloves. I sliced a whole orange, and I think I'm going to add a little orange juice to mine.
Ooh.
I'm just going to take it down just a notch. It was pretty strong. I think that would be good.
I love mulled wine because I can make it in the crock pot, and that is my favorite kitchen appliance.
Yes.
And it makes the house smell so good while you're making it.
I was just going to say that. So, yeah, once it warmed up, I just put it on a simmer. It dries out also if it sits there for a while. So, I think adding a little OJ or something, it will make it a little nicer.
Before we wrap up, tell me a little bit about LK Wine Tours and sales. Am I able, as a regular person, to buy things from you? Do you wholesale to these wine shops that we've been talking about? How does your business work?
I am a distributor, and I'm a distributor in the state of Virginia. So I can sell to anyone who has an ABC license. So I can't invite you to my warehouse and let you pick things out, but I can recommend things and tell you, oh, this shop carries this shop carries that. And then I work with some 501c3s. And what's really fun, Andy taught me all of this, is that once a year, a 501c3 is allowed to have a license for a day to retail wine or beer or all of it. It can be used as a fundraiser. And so I do work with some 501c3s.
And that's great because people can come in and kill 2 birds with one stone. They can get some great wine and support a local nonprofit.
Yes, I think we'll make a lot of people happy.
Thank you for answering so many of my questions today. The only other question that I have, and you can answer this when we wrap up the show, is I need that recipe for that mulled wine.
You got it. It's easy peasy.
I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and thank you for not laughing at any of my questions.
Thank you, and thanks for all the wonderful questions. And you have a great holiday as well.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, a few minutes after noon, so meet me here then.